Let's create a fun pop-up page for the middle of one of our journal signatures. Welcome, this is Barbara from Vienna, Austria, and this is your channel for vintage inspired art. So the page I want to create is inspired by this beautiful book that I have just received as a birthday present from my friend Zainab. So hi Zainab, thank you again if you're watching this. And it's from the designer Christian Lacroix, and it's actually a journal, so it has lined pages. So this is, in case you don't know this French designer, this is the name, Christian Lacroix. He designs clothes. I mean, he did. It's so cute because it has so many like beautiful, fantastical elements in it. And what really inspires me to try is this incredible middle page, because look, this is just amazing. So it has, I'm trying to, kind of difficult to hold it so you can see everything. So it has this pop-up mechanism that you also see maybe in greeting cards, I guess. And it has these beautiful images, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 layers here popping up when you open it, and I think it's such a cool idea to have in a journal. Lots of things can go wrong, but we're gonna give it a try anyway and see if this will work. It'll be fun. No matter what happens, it'll be fun. For a base for this page, I'm going to use this page, which is of course one of the beautiful pages from Tim Holtz's Ideology Paper Stash Wallflower. Many of us know and have this. I will link it down below in case you need it, but you don't actually need it. You use whatever you have, because we all have so many of these 12 by 12 papers. They don't even have to be 12 by 12 papers. Use anything, but I think it needs to be something a little more sturdy, not just a like thin book page, because it's gonna have to hold up. From what I see here, from the way this is constructed, because this page is thicker than the rest of the pages, so I'm guessing that they glued 2 pages together to stick these things into, because I see here they would have little cuts here into the top paper, and then and they have little paper tabs that are stuck in between the 2 pages through a slit. So I think the top one needs to be sturdy to be able to hold that tab, which we're gonna glue inside. And I think the back page doesn't have to be as sturdy, because that just kind of covers up the tabs. I hope I'm making sense here. So for the back side, I'm going to use this, which was also sent to me in Happy Mail, and it looks like it is Dutch. So this will be the back. So this will be the front. This is where our things will go, but I think I'll do 2 of these pop-up things, and then this will be the back side. Let's see how this goes. As you might know, we currently do not have a journal to work in. We are first working on the pages and then incorporating them into some kind of cover. And these are the 2 signatures we have so far. Well, this is not really a complete signature yet, probably. I think this will have at least another page. We'll see. But I don't want this page to be bigger than the bigger of the 2 signatures, which is this one. And if you've missed any of these and you want to see how I made any of these pages, I've done all of them on camera, so I will list my playlist again for you below, just in case. So I'm going to use this as my guide. So I will maybe just take out this one here, and I will then see how big the pages can be. So I'll just mark them like this and like that. So I will trim that. And once I've cut this the size I want, I'm going to use that as my template for the cardstock, which needs to be exactly the same size. And once we have these the same size, I need to score this one as well. And if your, well, this is going to be the back side. If your back side isn't scored in the middle yet, then you should do that too. So I'm just gonna fold this in half. So now I know where I need to crease it. If you have a scoreboard, you can use it. You don't need it to make a fold. I just think it works a little better. Actually, I did it on the wrong side. It's okay. I always get that wrong on which side to score when you need to fold it, but actually I think you need to score on one side, and then you actually score it on the back side and then you fold it in. I think that's how it's supposed to go. Right, so we've got our double page now. And now we need to think about our cutouts that we're gonna put here. So we won't need this back part for now. We won't need that until the end, but we will need this. And I'm going to take the cutoff from this paper and I'm going to plan my first of the two flip parts. And from what I can see from the book, it is smaller than the width of the book, so I'm going to cut it about here. As always, I'm not giving you measurements because your book pages are different from mine. I'm basically just going about 1/2 inch in from the book page to give me some space. So I'm going to trim this right here. And next I'm going to take my scoreboard and make a crease about 3/8 of an inch on along the bottom, which is going to be where our flaps will be. Again, if you don't have a scoreboard, just fold it. So this is going to be folded in like this. We're also going to make a crease in the middle. So I need to figure out where my middle is. I'll just fold it like this to see. And then I'm going to again make a crease down that. Okay, so we have one down the middle, we have one along the bottom. And now we need to make two flaps here. I'm going to wing this. I'm gonna go in about 1 inch from the outside on both sides. And then from the middle crease, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go in about 1 inch from the crease. Now, if you need things to be more exact, then please measure it so that it's exactly the same on both sides, but I don't think it's necessary. So now I'm just going to cut out the outer and middle piece so that we have a flap on each side. So now we have, you can't really see, we have this piece here with a flap on either side. And these are going to go into slits. We need to figure out where these slits go. And we want it to also, of course, to fold, right? So that means we also have to take care that there's no ends coming out. So that means we need to see where are we going to place this. So let's see, if we do it about here, and then we fold it, I see that these are sticking out. So you need to check that and make sure that whatever you do later, I'm just gonna draw an arch here, not knowing yet what I'm actually gonna do on it, but I know that I don't want these sticking out, so I'm just going to cut these now. And next I'm going to try to determine where I want this actually to go because I need to, of course, cut the slits. So what I want to do is I want to line up this middle crease with the page middle crease and then see how, like how slanted should it be. And I'm gonna go approximately like this. I don't know how many degrees that is. Please don't ask me. Oh, it should be in the center. So like this. And again, if you want to measure, please measure. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hold it here and do it so that it looks equal. And then I'm going to draw with my pencil where the slit needs to be, in my opinion. And now I'm going to take a piece of cardboard so that I don't cut my mat underneath, and a craft knife, and maybe a ruler would be good. And just cut along those pencil lines that I just drew. So that's one. And that's two. So let's see if they are actually long enough. Yeah, ooh, they're actually longer, but I think that's fine. So if we stick the flaps now into our slits, then we have this. And if it closes nicely. So you see it picking out here and here. So that's perfect. And now the second one we need to make needs to be a little less high because we just don't have that much room here. So same process. We're gonna pick out a piece, and I actually still have this here left over from my 12 by 12 piece, which is a little shorter in length than this one, but I think that's totally fine. And I don't think it needs to be higher than this. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm not even gonna bother to score it. Just gonna make sure the crease is good. And then I need to, well, I will score the bottom to make the slits. So this is our second piece now. And again, I want to check that if I fold it, I put it approximately here. I want to make sure that when I fold it, it doesn't come out. Yeah, I think we'll be fine because this is so narrow. I am going to just cut these corners off. Don't like it having actual corners. So again, I have to draw where I need to cut it. Be sure for this not to go too far to the bottom of the page because otherwise it will come out on the bottom when you fold it. So I'm again making sure that my middle is lined up with my crease. And I'm going to try to make these go more or less parallel. Again, please measure if you need things to be exact. So that just went terribly wrong. I think I will just put some Distress Oxide over this to make this white go away. Okay, that seems to work. So if we put in both, let's see what they look like when we fold it. that works. How cool. Now before we glue the flaps onto the back here, I want to decorate it because I think it's easier to do that once before they are glued down. I thought what would look cute are some butterflies because I have recently fussy cut a whole bunch of butterflies that I have printed on 160 gram paper. So that would be almost double your regular copy paper. And I have various sizes here. So I have this whole array here. Maybe I'll start with this one since it's smaller. It might be easier to start off with. And I think I'm gonna stay in one color range. So for the bottom, I think I'll go for like the orangey, red, pink colors. Maybe some yellow. I'm just going to try to arrange these now. And then I think I will probably be cutting some of the bits out here. Maybe one smack in the middle. And I think they can go over our cutout, that's fine. I do want to make sure that they do not go over this bottom line. Something like this. So I'm going to glue these down now. I'm going to try my top-down method because there's no way I'm gonna remember how I put these together. And I'm using my art glitter glue because that's the easiest. Boy, where to start? This is not easy. So now I'm carefully going to fold it where our crease is and make sure that's creased really well. And what I want to do is I want to cut out all these little bits here that are still peeking through. I'll need my smaller scissors for that. And I'll also cut it off here. And the other thing I want to do before I put it into the page is, wherever I can, I want to draw the feelers because I haven't cut those out when I cut these butterflies. So now if we take our page, let's see what that would look like. So that's what that looks like. Oh, it's so cute. I love this. This is so fun. Awesome. Okay, I'm not gonna put it in yet. Let's do the other one first. So the other one, of course, is much bigger and it actually doesn't need to be this big. I do want it to be bigger than this for sure, because I want it to stand out. Like I want it to see one behind the other, but I don't need it to be this big. So I think I'll just cut it down a little bit. And now I'm going to try to use some of my bigger butterflies. And I think for this one, I will use more the blue and green colors that I have. So I have some big ones here. They could even be bigger. Maybe I'll put the biggest one here in the middle. So I think that's plenty. Oh no, I shouldn't laugh. It's blowing away. Okay, I will attempt to glue these down. Not looking forward to that, to be honest. Here we are. That was a bit painful. It's probably easier if you use a little bigger images than I am, maybe some nice florals or some photos or something, but this was quite challenging. So now again, I'm just going to cut away all the parts on the side that I don't want showing. So that's what this looks like now. And now what I want to do is I want to go around all the way with my vintage photo on both of these. So I've done that on both, and I've also taken my vintage photo and I went around the edges of my page and over the slits, basically just because I had this mistake here that I wanted to go over those, so then I just kind of went over everything. So now is the time to actually glue these into the slits. I'm going to stick this in. And then put some, and I'm actually going to use my 3-in-1 glue, but you use whatever glue you trust to hold well. I will link this for you as well in case you need one of these, but just use what you know works well. And then we make sure they are in all the way. And then best to go over it with something flat to make sure it really sticks well where it's supposed to be. Okay, so that's one. Should have done this one first. Would have been easier. Now the only thing I did not consider is that when this is closed, oh no, see, these are sticking out now. Why did I not think of that? I thought we had enough space. Okay, we don't. That's all right. We'll just make sure. See, that's why it's good that we don't have an actual journal cover yet, because we can now make one that's wide enough to incorporate the butterfly wings. Just making sure this creases down really well. And it works, it really works. And one thing that would also probably look better is if we distress the backs of these, because that's not nice when they stick out like this. And I probably should do that with my blending brush, but I'm too lazy. You might want to consider that before you stick down whatever you're going to do this with. Would be a lot easier if I would have done that first. So that's the back side now. This is so cute. So this is what it looks like now. So fun, so fun. I love it. We could of course go crazy and add things here and everything, but for now, let's just add the backing to our collage. So we're just going to put glue here, and I'm just gonna put my 3-in-1 glue. I could use a glue stick as well. But again, I'm lazy, it's not on my desk. Whereas this is, so I'm just gonna use this now. So there's our back side, ready to put something else on it for our journal. So as I said, you can obviously also do this as just a cute card for someone. Maybe make it a little smaller then. The possibilities are, again, endless of what you can do with this, but I think it's so cute. Honestly, I really love this. So maybe let's put it into one of our journals. I thought this signature was done. Oh wait, what happened here? Where is this? This should... I am confused. Okay, we could add it here, for example. Like that. That is a pretty big signature. I might change that, but it's really cool. So this is what it looks like now, the signature. So we would have to still do something here. And then we have our pop-up situation here. And we still need to do something here. So I hope you give it a try. I hope this inspired you to do something similar with your own images, whatever you might choose. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, as always. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.